For some reason, it wasn't actually recording any of the first half. Uh, but I know you probably can't see that. But we're beating the Chargers 20-7. A lot of good things have happened. We forced a fumble on a kick return. It turned out to be a fumble and there's a fumble touchdown. We scooped it up, went for the touchdown. The guy fumbled it at like the 15-yard line. No, it was closer than that. It was like the 20 maybe. Uh, but we have 153 pass yards. They have 78. We have 63 rush yards. They have 10. We have 216 total. They have 88. We've held the ball for about 6.5 minutes. They held the ball for about 3.5. They've turned over the ball twice. We've turned the ball 0 times. They threw a pick and fumbled, and that's where we are with this. But since the first half wasn't recording, I'll bring you this half and a whole another game for this video. And also, what I want to share is that I got off of work at I worked from 2 to 6 today. I worked 2 to 7, 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. So I got home around 8, took a nap, and then I started, got home around 8, 8:30, and I took a nap, and then around 9:30 is where I got up, and I instantly started, recording this next video. So, but also you guys missed that instead of doing the first half and then uploading that and then second half or first half and then instead of doing that, I'm gonna play all the games all the way through. You'll get about a game per video, and like I said, maybe some extra stuff because it makes no sense for me to upload a video, or upload the first half, and that takes about like an hour, 10 minutes, hour and a half to upload, and then like another 10, 15 to process. So it makes no sense for me to do that and then upload another one and then continue recording, because for some reason mine, it tells you to like leave the page open, just like leave it open, don't close it. But when you go and do other stuff, it slows down the process. Like it slows down the upload. So you can go from it's saying 63 minutes to you come back 2 hours later after you're watching something on Netflix, or you're on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and it'll say 116. You're like, well, what the fuck happened? So that's where I do that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna play every game all the way through, and that'll be one video. So that will. So that's really all that. That's what's gonna end up happening with these. But the next game, guys, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. If it's still gonna be on the PS2. Don't get too excited. No, I did not get the PS3 back yet. I'm just not sure if I'm gonna do it on the Xbox or if I'm gonna continue on PS2 for the next game. Because like I said, I'm gonna do about 3 different games, put 2 up each, and then whichever one gets more, likes, comments, views, whatever, I'll continue that one. So right now, I think the first game of this has the most views, I think. So that might be the one I continue, like really like try to crank out like a few videos every day. That's not to say I entirely will stop doing SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 or the other one. It just won't come out as much as these. Yeah, it just won't come out as much as these will. This may be, I may crank out 2-3 videos a day of this. And then SmackDown vs. Raw 2008, I may crank out like one a day. Yeah, so it all depends on how the views go. And good news, I got my tuition paid, so I'm good with that. So that stuff is all in order. I'll be ready to move in, in 2 weeks. Which is great. Can't wait to go. I have a few friends that are going, so I'll make it easier to be there. I'm actually rooming with my friend from high school, so that should be fun. I've heard stories about sometimes that ruins friendships or whatever, but hey, I'd rather have him have some random guy than some random guy. So what's really probably going to end up happening is that that was close, right? That fumble. But that should actually end up being a pretty fun time. Kind of nervous to go, but kind of can't wait to go. Guys, I might, and even with this stuff, I may, have a break or two, well, not a break or two, but, I may have a few other videos that, if I don't want to, or at that particular moment, I'm, don't record, or I just want to, I want to make a silly video, I'll make a silly video about probably anything. Some of them might be, like, small skit stuff, and others of it may be me just like talking about some retarded shit. Like I was telling you guys that, I might just go on a tangent about something serious and turn it into something funny and shit. And turn it into something funny. And if I do those, again, nobody feel offended. I'm just poking fun. I'm not, none of it is going to be serious at all. And I do that because I think life is taken too seriously now. Like, everyone is stressed all the time about everything. And no one really takes the time to sit down and just laugh about, old jokes or stupid cartoon. Or, laugh about things that you used to watch that you watch again. You're like, this is so bad. Why the hell did I even like this crap? And a lot of time, that's like Power Rangers. A lot of us watched Power Rangers as kids and thought it was like the best thing since sliced bread. Like, we thought it was like the shit. Everybody wanted to be it for Halloween. After Halloween, you wanted to wear it to school for a week. You bought all the pieces of the costume. You went full out on this costume. You went all out. You made your mother buy a sword. You made her buy the shit they used to call each other. You made her buy the little pistol and the holder. You made her go all out for this costume. And you watch it now as like a teenager, an adult, whatever, and you look at it and you're like, what the hell was I thinking? Who told me that this was a good show? What made me believe that this show was the shit? Because I still look at it like that. I still look at it sometimes, and I'm like, I can't believe I used to like this show. And the new ones they make, you would think fireworks wouldn't come out their chest anymore. You would think they would update a little bit. No, exactly the same. Fireworks still come out their chests. They get slapped. They still go flying 19 blocks away. Bad guys still look like a guy in a costume. Or like a guy lost a bet. You guys gotta admit, that was a pretty good play. That was a good play. You guys have to admit. You guys gotta admit, that was a good play. That was good. Yeah, you gotta give me that. You gotta give me that. It's so good we have to watch it again, guys. Look at it. Look at it. Look at that. Just look at that. Look at that. That's such a beautiful pass, guys. Oh my god, I don't even know what to say to it. I'm just I'm awestruck with how amazing that pass was. No, but honestly, I'm kidding. That was actually luck that we blocked so well. That I was able to move a little bit and make sure and wait for Moss to get kind of open, and that the defender actually missed blocking it. So a lot of things happened on that play that were good, but also a good a good pass from Pennington, a good catch. They put us up 27-7 on San Diego Chargers with less than 4 minutes left in the game. So that's good. But like I was saying, take a serious topic, make it silly because I think people take like way too seriously nowadays. They don't take the time to laugh at old cartoons, like I was saying, like Power Rangers. It's just so bad. I don't even get it. It's just awful. Like, I don't even get how it could be that awful. Know what I'm saying? But it is. It is that awful. I don't get how it is. But somehow somebody made it that bad. What other show did we used to watch that you probably find retarded now? Or maybe not even like old shows that you watch and find retarded now. Maybe like the new shows. Because some of these new shows, I have no idea what the hell is happening. Adventure Time, I know people like it, but I honestly feel like you have to be high to enjoy that show. Because I have no idea what the fuck's going on. And it's not even child appropriate. I've watched it. It's not even child appropriate. There are so many hidden sex jokes in that show. It's unbelievable. One new that yeah. Where the fuck were you? Why weren't you with him over here jumping? Anyway, regular show. I watch it, and I find it stupid, but it's stupid funny. So I watch it really for the gumball machine, I think is what he is, Benson. I find him funny. I find Benson funny, so that's, really why I watch that show. And I also watch the Total Drama series. I find that funny, the whole animated reality show, kind of actually making fun of actual reality shows, which I find funny. Because a lot of reality shows, really, I don't like them. The ones I do watch are the ones that I believe they come on Animal Planet, which is, one is Animal Planet, one is VH1. Naked and Afraid, that I watch, and that I find that pretty cool. I find that cool. Like they put these guys in the woods, naked. They get to choose two things, what they want, and you have to last 21 days and get to the pickup spot. So that I find really cool. So that I find really cool. And Naked and Dating is. I also watch the show Catfish. I do watch that, but Naked and Dating. I've only seen like 1 or 2 episodes of that, but I mean, it seems kind of cool. I haven't really sat down and like watched it yet. It's really been like I'm looking through the thing and I'm like, oh well, it's on. Let me check it, see what's going on, and I might sit there, for 10, 15 minutes, and then I'll turn from it. Then I'll turn from it. And there's some reality shows that like I really I don't like, but I watch for like one character or whatever. Like the show Hip Hop Atlanta, Loving Hip Hop Atlanta. I hate that show. I hate it. And the only reason I watch it is because no one else in my house is gonna watch it with my mother, because she watches it. No one else is gonna watch it with her. So, because my dad's not gonna watch it, and my sister is at college, so no one's gonna go ahead and watch that with her. So I watch it with her so that she's not bored downstairs by herself. And I'll also watch it for Scrappy. Some of you may remember him as Lil Scrappy. He was a rapper. I watch it for him because he is absolutely fucking hilarious. He has made up his own words. I think he should probably just come up with a dictionary, or pay Webster's to put it in a dictionary, because it's ridiculous. Like, everything has a nai at the end of it. Everything has a nai. Don't know what I'm talking about? Let me tell you. Schniz nai. This is some bull schniz nai right here. Or this is some good schniz nai. Or this is everything is naive. Like good vibe. You know what I'm saying? Which means good vibes. Everything just says a naive at the end of it, and I feel like he should just make his own. He just make his own thing. He should just have his own dictionary, so you know what the hell he is saying at all times. There's some good fizz IE, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Can't you just say good food? Good food? Why can't you just say good food? But for the most part, for reality shows that have like old people on, like not like old, but like not my time, like Tony Braxton, and like the Braxton Family Value show. Who else has a show? But for shows like people who have been around for a while in the music business and whatever they're doing, and now all of a sudden they have a reality show. I feel like it's because they're one of two things: they're bored or they're broke. That is how I feel about it. Now, that may be a very closed-minded view on it, but I don't see why. Like, for example, you're Tony fucking Braxton. Why do you have a reality show for? Why? What is your purpose for a reality show? You are Tony fucking Braxton. Like, why do you have a reality show? I just don't get it. I just don't understand why. And then there's other shows that happen, and I'm just other reality shows, and I just want to slap whoever agreed to the reality show. Like, I'm sure we can all agree on Honey Boo Boo. Honey Boo Boo. Really? Really? She got a show. She got a show. Really? If she got a show, anybody can get a show. You know what I'm saying? Like, why does she have a show? Like, why? Why is her having a show necessary? And he goes, oh, that's poor sportsmanship. Why are you still trying to win? I do this in case I get into the red zone. Like, if I get to the red zone, I do this. Just so I can keep my red zone percentage good. Just so, it's not flawed in the game. So that, it doesn't go as, you didn't score in the red zone. In this game. So that's why if I'm in the red zone at the end of the game, I choose to do stuff like that. I actually called that pass play by accident. When I ran with Pennington, I called that play by accident. But obviously it helped us get into the red zone. And then we ran. Got officially into the red zone. Only person in his section. How about that? But obviously, we just took this game 40-14. I think. Let me see. Yeah, we just took the game 40-14. 231 pass yards to 189, 126 rush yards to 36, 357 total yards to 225. About 13 minutes of possession, 7 minutes for them. We turned the ball over once. They turned the ball over 3 times. And like I said, due to, for some reason, it not recording the entire first half, I'm gonna have another video up here for you, which will be the entire Dolphins game is gonna be next, because they have a bye week this week. Week 4. Let me just show you guys the Sports Center thing. This is like kind of what I think they should do for like Madden. This is a really cool aspect. So I'm going to turn it up and be quiet as he does it.
I'm Chris Berman. Got a lot of games to cover. Let's get at it. In our first game this week, we had the Titans squeeze out a 4-point victory. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Ravens pick up their first win of the year. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Aaron Smith might be the biggest loss on this list. It's reported that he's fractured his leg and that he'll be out for the rest of the season. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own mash unit. Chris Hovan will be on the sidelines for a while, so this defense will need to do some reshuffling in his absence. It's a torn calf muscle, and the doctors are estimating he'll be out for 10 weeks. Now the big story of the day. Todd Heap is going to find himself on the shelf, and that will be a major blow to his team. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
James Thrash stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Trent Green passed for 150 yards plus and helped his Chiefs beat the Texans. In the Big Apple, New York, we had the Giants squeeze out a 4-point victory. Packers, Colts. Amon Green is in the backfield at the 37-yard line, gets the pitch, spins right there, what? And then in the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, touchdown. The Packers win this one by the final score of 28-21. Up at Seattle Stadium, we had the Seahawks decisively win by 17 points. The Eagles defense pummeled their way to 5 sacks in their win at Ford Field. The Falcons won at home, but will take to the road next week to meet the Panthers. The Saints generated some decent numbers for a team ranked at the bottom of the league, but they still ended up losing this week. On the east side of the bay in Oakland, we had the Raiders lose by a narrow 5-point margin. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for it. Trey?
Mario Edwards will be on the move. You see it there. He'll be getting a nice little payday, too. 5 years, $3.5 million, plus a $1.0 million signing bonus. Jason Simmons will also have a new address for a while as he signs a 4-year contract with the Bucs.
In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Vikings pick up their 3rd win of the season. Rob Smith pulled down 100-plus receiving yards and helped his Broncos beat the Chargers. And last but not least, we had the Dolphins come away victorious. So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studio. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Alright guys, and that was the Sports Center thing I was talking about. That Madden should incorporate. See what we got in the old mailbox. Telling us about other people who were hurt. Telling us about team standings. So what do you guys say we go give the Dolphins their first loss? They're 3-0 right now. We're 2-0. So let's go get them up. But there was there's some other games coming out. Well, that are already out, and I want to know, how do you guys, feel about stuff like that, like Murdered Soul Suspect. I didn't play the game, but I watched someone play it, and the reason I do that is because a lot of time, I'll watch maybe a part or two, like maybe the first 2 things of it, and then I won't watch anymore if I know I'm going to get the game soon. But if I know I'm not going to get the game soon, or I think that it's going to be far enough away to where I'll forget most of the game, because it's been so long, I'll end up watching the whole thing. And a lot of times, that's the case. I'll end up having to watch the whole thing because I know I'm not going to get the game for another 2 months, and I'll probably forget most of the game. Anyway, I'll probably remember it as I'm playing it, but I won't get the game and remember everything that happened in the game. And a lot of times I watch walkthroughs just to see how people, how they played the game compared to how I played the game. Like when I had Uncharted 2. Sometimes I used walkthroughs to, know what to do in a situation. sometimes I got stuck on like some of the puzzle things, and if I just absolutely like couldn't figure it out, if I was sitting here for like 20 minutes, couldn't figure it out, I'd go. I'd go and watch somebody's walkthrough, and I'd go to that part, and I'd see how they did it, how you know how they figured it out, and you know, or when I act GTA 5, I believe Rad Brad played it. I believe he's who I watched. Yeah, I watched him, and I watched up until I think the Evangelico heist. I watched up until that point, up until the first time you had to be Trevor, like when you first were introduced to Trevor. I watched up till then, and then after that, I didn't watch it anymore because it was getting closer to the time where I was gonna get the game. So I didn't want to know about the whole game. So everything after you first meet Trevor and he takes out the um the lost and the damned, after everything else after that I didn't know. So, and I apologize if you're watching this video and you have not yet played GTA 5 or seen anyone play GTA 5. I apologize for not saying spoiler alert first. But a lot of times that's what I'll end up doing. Or for decision-based games like The Walking Dead and Wolf Among Us, which, by the way, great games. Love them, can't get enough of them. If I get my PS3 back and I'm able to get those on a backup drive and put it on and just upload it back into the PS3, I will definitely play those for you guys. That might be like the first 2 games I play, and I'll probably crank those out. I'll probably crank those out, like both of them, in like a few days. Cause I'll just spam them. I'll just spam them onto YouTube, and maybe even if I can get season 1 of Walking Dead back on there, I'll go ahead and do that one too. So you'll get season 1 of Walking Dead, season 2 of Walking Dead, and Wolf Among Us. You'll get all of that on there, and I'll have all three of those games done for you in like a week. So yeah, I'll have like all 3 of those games done for you in a week. So and after that, I'll play WWE 2K14 if I'm able to buy my own, because the one I was going to play for you guys and I was going to play myself is my friend's. He let me borrow it, and then like the day after he let me borrow it, my PS3 stopped working. So I was like, well, what the fuck? But hopefully I'm able to get the PS3 back. And Disney Infinity. That's a really fun game. I don't know if anyone here has played it, but they're a very fun game. And I will actually, if you guys want, let me know in the comments of, the videos I have up, the videos I will put up. Let me know if you want to see me play a little bit of Disney Infinity. If you want to see me play around with the toy box, if you, want to see me play around with some other stuff, you gotta, let me know so that, I know if you guys, would be interested in watching me play something like that. If you'd be interested in watching me play Disney Infinity. And here's the weird thing about Disney Infinity. I don't like Skylanders, but I like Disney Infinity. Even though it's basically the same thing. So yeah, that's weird to me anyway. I find that a little bit weird for myself. And no one blocks the damn linebacker. And everyone drops passes, as you can see right now. It's Pennington's 1 for 4. And okay, one of them was swatted away. And 1 second, guys. Somebody is calling me. Hello? What's up? Nothing. Recording a video. Yeah, what? Oh, yeah. So your transaction was accepted? Yeah, very anticlimactic. Just very just you've been accepted. And then it shows you your like acceptance letter. It's not really like a letter, it's like a receipt. Yep. And the Yankees lost 4-3. Bums. How's work going? Good. Yeah, alright, I'll talk to you later, sir. Alright, later. Bye. Okay. And sorry guys, like I said, I did the transaction earlier today, and my father wanted to know how it went, what's going on with that, and like I said, it was very anticlimactic. You know, when your shit's declined, it's like, you declined, whore. And then when your shit's accepted, it's like, you've been accepted. It's like your transaction has been accepted. Like, oh, okay. It's very anticlimactic. I expected like fireworks and like a fucking clown to come out. I expected like a goddamn like Super Bowl party. I don't, what the hell. But, fuck was I talking about? Oh, yeah, I find that weird about me. I like Disney Infinity, but I don't like Skylanders. Even though they're basically the same thing. But I think maybe after I'm done with this game, I may play True Crime for you guys, because I want to play a game like True Crime, Grand Theft Auto. Really, I want to play Scarface, but I can't still find it. I still can't find it, so I don't know what the fuck. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. And I think I'm seeing why the Dolphins are undefeated right now. 109 yards in the first fucking quarter. But you know, when I get my PS3 back, I'll have Uncharted for you. I'll have a Call of Duty for you. Well, I won't have Uncharted 3 because I think that's what fucked up my PS3. Because I bought that one. I bought Uncharted 3 and bought W2K14. And then when I put it in, one, it froze a few times. And then even if it didn't freeze, like, things would be missing. Like, the floor would be missing. Or, like, a building would be missing. So the it's kind of hoping he'd fumble that, but yeah, when I get the PS3 back, I'll have all those kinds of games for you guys. And Uncharted 3, I really think messed up my thing, because then when I bought it to my brother's, when I went for my summer to stay with him for a week before I had to go. I we put it in because we both like the Uncharted games. So I bought 3 to his house so he could play it. I was gonna let him borrow it, even though I had just bought it, but I played it already, and I like the game. This is why I rebought it. But I was gonna let him borrow it, and we decided that game is Satan, because it is the same exact thing on his PS3. Same exact thing. Froze, things were missing. PS3 wouldn't turn off normally. When it did freeze and we had to reset the PS3, it wouldn't turn off normally. You couldn't just go hit the button and it would turn off. All kinds of shit. So, we've decided that Uncharted 3 is Satan. Or at least that Uncharted 3 is Satan. So, I'm probably going to return that. I'll just give it back because, one, I lost the receipt. And 2, I'm pretty sure I've passed the 10-day and 30-day thing here. But I will give it back to them. I don't want it. And I can't say there's something wrong with the disc now because they don't think I did something to it. But yeah. I even have older games. I have, I don't know if it's the last Medal of Honor they did, but I have a Medal of Honor, a newer one. I have a SOCOM, which I never actually... Those games pissed me off. Because you always have to, like, be covert and tell your team what to do and shit. A game that I really want and that I'll do a walkthrough for when I get it is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 is a game that I really want to play and that I had it for the PS2. And then one day, years later, I got bored, and I was like, well, let me look it up, just to watch a walkthrough of it, I already played it, and I saw that this kid had a PS3 version up, and I was like, what? So, I went to go, I clicked on it, and, as you guys know, if you've played it, it's based on, spoiler alert, okay, so if you've never played this game, if you're planning on playing it, you don't want to know anything about it, mute me for like the next... I'll give you a signal when you can unmute yourself. When you can unmute the sound. You'll know the signal when you see it. Okay, so mute now. Okay. The game is based on the Marvel Civil War. Now, pretty much everyone knows what this is, but if you don't, it's when a new group of superheroes took down this, group of villains. Now, one of the villains was named Nitro. If you don't know who Nitro is or what he does, basically he creates nuclear explosions. And they could vary anywhere between, a small grenade or, like I said, a nuclear explosion. And when Namor's sister, attacked him, he decided to go nuclear. So he blew up, I believe, the entire city in Connecticut. I believe it was Connecticut. Blew up an entire city, which caused a little bit of an uproar because the superheroes had been in a little bit of a thing before that with the Latvian War. The Latvian War. which was a secret war run by Nick Fury when he recruited Iron Man, Captain America, Wolverine, Spider-Man, and he had them wage a secret war because the government wouldn't fund it because they believed he was paranoid. So the government wouldn't fund him going or the war, so he had it in secret. Well, when that came out, that his involvement when Bombardus wasn't actually dead and she came back because they blew up her island, castle, whatever. They blew it up. So when she wasn't dead and she tried to have revenge, that's when stuff got real. But so then there was Superhero Registration Act. All superheroes had to register with the government, so they know who you are. So they know who you are, so the public knows who you are, so that they can feel protected. At least like they said, so they can feel protected. So it split the universe into two factions: Iron Man and his crew, Captain America and his. Now, Captain America was Captain America, Patriot, Cat, Patriot. I think She-Hulk was on that side. Wolverine. The entire X-Men really was on Cap's side. Or were they on Tony's? Anyway, a large faction of them. Okay, a very large faction of each team, and on Iron Man's, most notably for Iron Man was originally Spider-Man. And when he felt Tony was getting out of control, because Tony was recruiting super villains, and then it was that was one of the things that set Spider-Man, okay, I can't be part of your side anymore. But then in one of the first fights they had, they set a trap for Captain America and his team, and he really beat the crap out of Captain America. So and then Tony and Mr. Fantastic, they made a Thor android that they were supposed to be able to control. Shocker, they weren't able to surprise him. They weren't able to control him, So what ended up happening is he was striking everyone. And he ended up killing Giant Man. So that sent Spider-Man okay, I can't be with you anymore. And he was also recruiting super villains, like I said. So when their dealings ended, now Spider-Man had revealed himself as part of the act, had revealed himself to be Peter Parker. So when that happened, we're down 13-3 at halftime, guys. But when that happened, Spider-Man was like, okay, you know what, I'm done. And then Tony sent a hit squad on him, which was Lady Deathstrike, Venom, Jack-O-Lantern, and I believe the Green Goblin. No, it was and Bullseye. and they caught him in the sewer because he had fled into the sewer because Tony attacked him as he was leaving. Tony like repulsor blasted him in the back. So he basically like flew out the window. He basically like flew out the window when he got hit. So he was already hurt. Then Tony sent a hit squad after him, and they nearly beat him to death. Until the Punisher came, and a Punisher saved him. And then the Punisher brought him to, Cat's crew, and was like, hey, he needs medical attention. And, the Punisher then joined Cap's squad, which was actually short-lived, because he killed someone. He shot someone. But he, shot him in the head. I think they were interrogating someone, and he just shot him. But yeah, so then Spider-Man joins Cap's side. He joined Cap's side. He joined Cap's side, and and then they set a trap for Tony, and then Cap beat the crap out of Tony, with the help of Vision. Vision phased through Iron Man's armor, opening the mask part, and allowing Cap to get the upper hand because Tony's suit was shut down. So then he beat Tony. But then, Cap later then surrendered because he realized they were causing more harm than good. They were fighting for rights, but they were destroying things. They were taking out whole nuclear power plants. They were destroying city blocks. They were destroying the thing. So what they were fighting for was for them to have their liberty, for them to be okay, and instead they were making things worse for themselves. So what ended up happening is Cap surrendered himself to, I believe S.H.I.E.L.D. came. I believe it was S.H.I.E.L.D. Or maybe, I don't think it was the normal cops. So I think S.H.I.E.L.D. came, and he surrendered himself to S.H.I.E.L.D. to save everyone else. And then that was the end of the superhero Civil War. So that was the end of the superhero Civil War. This is the signal. This is the signal. Of course, they can't hear me, but yeah. I said you'll know it when you see it. So hopefully, you guys got the. If you muted me because you didn't want to know anything about the Civil War or the, game, which you can also go buy the comic book. If you didn't want to know any of that, I told them that there would be an obvious signal. So hopefully, if anyone did mute me, they got the signal. But back to obviously things aren't going good for us. We can't get a block going. We can't get people to hang on to the ball consistently. That was a good catch, and that was also a good catch, from the last drive with Corbett before it would bounce off of everyone and was picked off. With things like that happening all this entire game. Everybody dropping the pass, and now needing the pass because we're down by 17. And that was just a god-awful pass from Pennington. So this great catcher just came through for us there. Down by 17. Point of the quarter to go. I think we can still, pull it off. Might as well, right? Might as well. Worst thing that happens is we gotta go again. We lost the timeout. That's another thing I think Madden should incorporate. You choose what you want to challenge. You challenge, and then you hit challenge, and it doesn't even know what the hell you want to challenge. Damn, yeah, he didn't catch it. But yeah. Yeah, it doesn't even let you know, what the hell you're challenging. You could be challenging, if he was out of bounds when he, as he was running, and then it'll challenge ball spot. It's like, no, that's not what I wanted to challenge. Oh, so at work, the same guy comes in, orders the same thing every day. He came. Hey, again. Exactly the same thing. Sit there for 10 minutes, 4 feet from the counter. Walked up, then walked back. Walk up, walked back. Walked up, then walked back. Walked up and walked back. I don't get him. And came up, or the same exact thing He always gets. And it's actually kind of boring at my job this morning. Like nothing really happened except that guy. Yeah, we didn't. It wasn't really busy. We didn't have a lot of customers. We did have a guy come in and order coffee. He ordered a coffee and orange juice. Coffee, orange juice, and a 24-piece of buffalo chicken at 4 o'clock in the morning. So, but that was really the only thing that happened today. Nothing too extravagant, nothing too, extensive. Nothing too extensive, nothing too crazy. Some people went in GameStop and bought a. Well, this guy came in and he, had a little bit of a meltdown because he couldn't trade in his PS2. So he was a little pissed about that. But other than that, nothing really happened. And why am I going for a field goal? Because I'd rather just take the points at this point because I don't think we're going to be able to win the game. If it was still 17, I might have went for the touchdown. In worst case scenario, that my 2-yard line. But I'm curious. Do you guys have any crazy stories to share with your job, or maybe just something you do? Maybe not like a job that you go and you punch in, you punch out for. Maybe like a odd job. Maybe you go and you mow lawns or you clean houses or you babysit. Do you guys have any crazy stories about nights that went crazily wrong or nights that were just so hectic you wanted to punch someone in the kidney? I'm curious to know. Did you guys ever have just one of those nights where everything went wrong, everything that could possibly have gone wrong, it did go wrong, and you just wanted to strangle kittens that night? Did you guys ever have one of those crazy nights where anything that could go wrong went wrong? Just ridiculousness. And that magic did not occur. We threw a pick. Yeah. So like I said before, if I lost, you saw me lose. And this is, as lost as you're going to get with a, most likely 27-9 loss. But, best thing you can do after, a loss like this is, you bounce back, come back stronger than ever. And, your defense finally decides to show up, after, all game of, fucking slacking. Being whores. And I'm going to let 2-minute warning happen here because, like I said, 9-27. I thought 9-20 was hard. 9-27 is not going to happen. So, maybe die with dignity. Maybe. If you can get a touchdown. But MVP has to be Doug Bryan today. MVP has to be Doug Bryan. I honestly think that touchdown, if Corbett had gotten that touchdown, I think that would have turned the course of the game. I think we were looking at something a lot closer. But instead, looking at 9-27. Yeah, instead we're looking at 9-27. Throw in short little kitty passes just to, pad stats. This is just for a first down while I'm running it. And like I said, we've lost anyway. So, but this video is about an hour. Because of the two videos. Because of the two videos, this game is about an hour. So, if you sat here for an hour and you stuck it out with me, I appreciate it. Because I know watching someone play a sports game for an hour isn't, the most entertaining thing, because there's not constant action, and there's not, compelling story and characters to keep you, captivated. So if you stuck it out with me for an hour, and stuck it out with me through this ass whooping that I've been given by the Miami Dolphins, then I greatly thank you for it. And I appreciate it. I appreciate you sticking it out with me. I appreciate you watching this sum up of our game as Pennington gets sacked, fumbles, and it gets taken to the house. So I thank you for watching my ass whooping. Thank you for watching me deliver an ass whooping before this. And I hope you stick with me through more videos and through more light-hearted commentary, through more silliness, through all my shenanigans that I may put on when I'm not recording for a game. Those will probably really kick up in college. I'll have a whole bunch of silly videos of me doing dumb shit, or me just being silly. Those will probably really kick up in college, because, well, it's college. You do stupid stuff without even realizing it in college. And then sometimes you do realize it and you just do it just cause. And why do I know? Because I've spent numerous times at colleges with my sister and going to parties, and I've spent time. I've spent time there. But I called the timeout so that we can try to die with dignity, like I said before, and get a touchdown. That would make me feel a little bit better about this ass whooping that we received at the hands of the Miami Dolphins. And that won't happen, but so we go down 9-34 to the Miami Dolphins. And this turns out to be maybe one of the worst losses I've ever been dealt in this game. I was gonna say it like every football, like in in any football game. I was gonna say like in football period, like me playing football, and but in real life, I've been dealt worse losses than 34-9. So that doesn't really shock me too tough, but. Yeah, so we went down 34-9, guys, but we are still 2-1. And if for whatever reason you missed the other game, we did deal San Diego a 40-14 loss as well. And in game 1, we came out with 35-28. And prior to this game, Pennington had 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He now has 4 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, because he didn't throw a touchdown in this game. Obviously, we kicked 3 field goals and threw 2 picks. One of which was basically pinballed around until someone caught it. But I want to thank you guys for sticking with me for this hour video. Like I said, I know watching someone play a sport game for an hour is not the most compelling thing. Like I said, because it's not, captivating story, captivating, people in it to keep you, glued. But I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the views, even if there's not a lot of them right now. Or, if there's not a lot of them in a week, a month, or whatever. I appreciate people who did view. And, I appreciate you guys, allowing this to happen, for me to make the walkthroughs. And I hope you guys will continue to watch. I hope you guys will join in on some of the SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 stuff, on some of the ESPN 2K5 stuff, and even if I the third game, even if I do that one every so often and not as often as this one or SVR08, even if I do a third one, you guys don't join that one as much. I still appreciate it. I will try to bring games that are enjoyable, that I enjoy playing, that I think other people may have enjoyed playing as well. I may even do another SmackDown vs. Raw. I may even go out and do 206. I may do 09, and even though that one doesn't have like GM mode, I'll probably do the Road to WrestleManias. At least I'll try, because that game is a little bit messed up. So I may just have to create a storyline and just do exhibition matches. But even that would be fine. I hope you guys would be fine with that. But I want to thank you guys a lot for watching, and I hope you guys continue to watch. I hope you guys watch more. I hope you guys like what I'm putting up. Leave a like, leave a comment. Leave a dislike even if you want. Leave a dislike. And even, do leave a like, leave a comment, leave a dislike if you will. Yeah. But thank you for watching it. And I shall see you guys later. And I don't know what game I'm gonna put on next. Put up. Might be True Crime or San Andreas, or if by some miracle I find Scarface. That would be fantastic. Or I might even just do a silly game for you guys, which would be SpongeBob. That would really be the silly game there. Or like Land Before Time on the PS1. Yeah. So, I appreciate you guys. I know I said that a lot in like the last 3 minutes, but I appreciate you guys. I hope you had a good time. I had a great time making the video for you. And I shall see you all later.